And welcome back to magFAST 2021. We've got a couple new donations here, both from Juggle Boy for $5 and $13.37, with a nice donation comment saying, "You sorry fool!" Anyways, now we're gonna hit it off with Mega Man 2 with RatSin. Here we go.
Alright, good afternoon everyone. My name is RatSin, short for Rat Pack Sinatra. I do a lot of crooning on stream, and I also play a lot of Mega Man. Today we're doing difficult Buster only. Thank you to the donators who met the donation incentive. You give me reason for my fingers and wrists to hurt because I'm going to mash like crazy. I am fortunate to have an actual audience behind me, some of my closest friends. I'm going to introduce my sort of couch. I have Monster Abby, ow! Cyber Bruno, ow! Better RatSin, Cinnabeast, and IRL friend Nick. For those who watch my streams, he's the one that does a lot of the split sounds, so he is actually here in the room.
We getting those gold splits!
Actually, can I interrupt for just a sec? Sorry about that. I forgot to plug something real quick.
No, please, go for it.
So we have an unmet Mega Man 1 donation that is the pauseless Yellow Devil fight. And if anyone knows anything about Mega Man 1 and how tricky that fight can be without using this trick, donate for it. We still have a little bit of ways to go. We only have about half an hour before it gets cut off. So if you want to see no pause trick on Yellow Devil, get those donations coming in. Back to you.
Alright, thank you. Just a couple quick notes. The rules for the category, now that we switched to difficult mode, we're running in the Japanese mode. It makes the wipe and get screens a little faster. We're going to do everything Buster only as much as possible. There are noted exceptions, which my commentator Kammesennin will cover in beautiful detail. I'm also running with keyboard. If you hear a lot of ticking sounds in the background, that's just me mashing like crazy. And we're going to go for some crazy tricks in the beginning on Airman, so you might see some quick resets, but otherwise, I'm ready to go.
Alrighty, well, hello everybody. My name's Kammesennin. I'll be handling the commentary for this Rockman 2 run. Buster only, of course. Some of you may know me. I'm not known for much, but I run a lot of games Buster only, and that's probably why RatSin chose me to do the commentary here, which I'm actually a little honored to be coming here on magFAST and doing this here. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be an interesting run. I'm sure most of you are probably familiar with Mega Man 2. It's pretty highly regarded amongst fans. We're going to be seeing a lot of the usual stuff here, but we're going to see a couple of unusual things, and there are some exceptions, of course, that RatSin mentioned earlier that we'll be talking about as we approach them. There's a lot of times, especially in the later levels, where you end up using items 1, 2, and 3, and of course you also have to use the crash bomb on one of the bosses, as well as using the bubble weapon on the final boss, but that's okay. We'll cover that stuff when we get there. In the meantime,
I think we're ready for countdown.
I think we are ready for the countdown here, so RatSin, if you are ready.
I'm ready, let's go.
Ready? Okay. Well then I will count us down then. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off. So, as is tradition, we are starting off with Airman first, and I know there's this popular theory that Airman is undefeatable, but really the difficult thing is the stage here, the beginning part of the stage. There's some technical jumps here, and unfortunately, we already had a reset incurred, but it's okay. We're not going to see too much of that. Hopefully,
it's bound to happen. We're going to do it. We'll do it a couple more times.
Some very technical jumps here. Very tricky jumps here. I believe there's only like a 3 or 4 pixel window to stand on the edges of each of these platforms here to avoid these drills, and oh no, it's okay, we'll get it going.
One more gum.
This is completely expected, and it's probably the Buster only runner's biggest nightmare. I think every runner, literally, I may be wrong, but I think literally every runner does this stage first, and this is the reason here, because it's just that difficult to get across. Sometimes it's literally impossible, sometimes it's just, hey, no hitch, but look at that, jumping almost perfectly from ledge to ledge there, gets across it. I'm just gonna deal with these lightning lords here to get a little bit through the level here. He's gonna be kind of timing some of his jumps here to avoid a cycle. You notice that these cloud platforms are moving in a circular pattern, and when and where you spawn them and when and where you jump can determine everything. So he's going to jump here as soon as this cloud gets out from behind those clouds, and that's going to allow him to do that jump right there nice and fancy without having to wait for the cloud platform to move along in a complete circle. So now that that's done, he's gonna jump on down here, and what are we gonna find? Oh, that's right, you guessed it. We're gonna find more of exactly what we just had, but he's gonna play it safe and jump onto the spikes here, take the damage, and just roll with it, and that's perfectly fine. Now he's gonna have some of these fan fiends here. These guys can be a little bit tricky, but there's a special little thing he's doing here. He's baited this bird, and he's gonna use it to despawn this second fat fan. I don't know if you saw him at all there. He was only on screen for like 3 frames, if even. But yeah, when the big bird enemy leaves the screen, it despawns the most recent sprite to have spawned. So we use that trick to our advantage to despawn that fan fiend there and just keep on going without getting blown back. But speaking of blown back, now we have Airman, the impossible robot master we were just talking about. And he's throwing kind of a funky pattern here, but I gotta say, he's not that impossible.
Woo! Get it done!
On screen.
Get it done!
Decent fight there, considering the RNG that was given.
Oh. Just want to say, thanks to that beautiful plug earlier, we got a donation in for the pauseless Yellow Devil run already.
All right.
Ooh, excellent.
Really excited to potentially see that.
I'm excited. All right, here we have the most famous weapon get screen probably of all time, but thankfully we're playing the Japanese version, so it goes fairly quick. Otherwise, if you play Mega Man 2 difficult instead of Rockman 2, it takes forever. But here we go. We got Crash Man stage coming up second. Now, this is going to be interesting here. RatSin's going to be attempting and hopefully nailing a crazy little zip here. Let's see. Did he get it?
First try.
Got it.
Let's
First
go.
try. Let's go. So this skip is going to save roughly 30 seconds or so. So you're going to see that what we're looking at on screen will shift. Like while it's scrolling, you see one thing, and then when it stops, it reverts to the other. What you see while the screen is scrolling is where Mega Man really is. And as he's wrapping across screens here, he's actually advancing to the next screen and the next screen. Now he's gone down a ladder and died, and we're going to see he's right here. Right here. This is where he died. He went down that ladder, technically. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting type of zip that's pretty unique to Mega Man 2. And it's something you see fairly commonly in other categories, but not so much in Buster Only. And that one was actually recently discovered by Warm Cabin, who's a well-known tasser in the Mega Man 2 community. But yeah, that saved roughly 30 seconds or so, maybe more, definitely not less, and gets us right on to the crash climb, everybody's favorite part, where you're forced to take damage from birds and climb screen after screen after screen with almost nothing going on except for this bop that we're hearing, this absolute banger that we're hearing.
It is a banger. It's good.
Oh, it's wonderful. I love the energy of the music in this game. It's real high energy, but like positive, I guess is what I'm looking for. But anyway, at the top of this climb here, we got just a couple of these little gyrocopter dudes, and we are off to the boss fight with Crash Man. And Crash Man is interesting. Every time the player presses the B button, he'll jump as long as he's on the ground. And it doesn't even matter if you actually fire a lemon. It's just looking for you to press the B button. So, in anticipation of that, RatSin's jumping and then shooting while Crash Man's on his way down, trying to get at least 2 shots in every jump cycle, shall we say. And he's, of course, making sure to run underneath of Crash Man as he fires those crash bombs, because that's essentially the only way to really dodge them, at least consistently. But yeah, as this is Rockman 2 and not Mega Man 2 normal, you'll see Crash Man's only taking 1 damage per lemon. So
let's get a W in chat! Let's go!
Oh yeah, get that hype going.
I'm trying to hype you up.
That's going to be the biggest difference in this run is that a lot of the bosses are only going to take 1 damage per lemon instead of 2, and it just so happens that the more difficult bosses are going to be the ones that only take the 1 damage instead of 2. But clearly RatSin's not too worried about that. He's going to head into Metal Man's stage here now with all the conveyors and gears and all the things really. I mean, these conveyors are actually really handy. Looks like he's going to take that E-tank for safety, making sure to hop as much as possible on the left-bound conveyors. Now, this is an interesting part. He took damage on the chain specifically of these two crushers. That's going to grant him just enough iframes to sneak through there with just 2 hits. He doesn't have to wait on them or anything. He just goes right on through. If he didn't hit the chain for whatever reason, the iframes wouldn't last long enough, but he pulled it off perfectly, got right on through the drills, no issue. Here we go, zooming along. Well, jumping along, I suppose. We'll be zooming soon here. Zoom. Let's go. All right, so now this is pretty much the end of the stage here. This is a nice short one. He's got a couple of gear guys here you can see that are going to drop. Got a nice tight little jump there underneath the gear guy before he drops, but all that's left is some of these tin can enemies, and that'll pretty much be it for this stage. There is an additional E-tank here. I don't know if he's going to go for it. It's not really necessary.
Ooh, that was close.
Close jump. Wow. I would have pause buffered. I was scared, but he was confident. He just went for it. Clearly, this man has done this before.
In good times and bad.
Alright, here we go. Metal Man fight. This is a relatively simple fight. He's another one that just scans for you to press B, and he'll jump a random height, and he'll throw a number of blades depending on the height. He'll throw 1, 2, or 3 blades. It's actually not even necessarily depending on the height. It's just more frequent when he jumps at full height that he'll do 3. But you see RatSin just keeping his distance. Metal Man's switching the direction of the conveyor. Oh, he's got to take that E-tank.
Yeah, this fight is... I haven't cracked this one yet. This one's a tough one for me.
Yeah,
and to come at it with half health is precarious.
This one's tough to do quickly. It's more about dodging usually, just to hope to make it through. But even that, it's like way easier said than done. Pretty good job getting through it though, no problem. Back to the old weapon get screen that thankfully once again does not last forever on this version. But now we're gonna get into one of the longer stages here. Crash was a long stage, Wood is a long stage, and we've got another particularly long stage left, but we'll get into that when we get there. For now, we just got some bunnies to deal with that are pretty mash heavy, especially on Rock Band 2. They have a little bit extra health. I forget exactly how much. It's like 12 or 15 or something like that. But you gotta mash every one of those lemons. You can technically jump over them, but in the beginning it's not so easy. However, we'll jump over them later. Right now we got these hot doggos to go with, and RatSin standing perfectly on the ledge there and going for the mini zip here. He didn't quite get it, but that's okay. It's such a mini zip, it's like nothing to not get it. But standing on that ledge there, he was able to perfectly avoid the fireballs from that first hot doggo. Just lay into him the whole time. And by the way, these things have increased health as well. Like pretty much everything does. There's a couple exceptions, but pretty much everything's got increased health on Rock Band 2. Oh, here we go. Got that nice bat RNG, able to grab that ladder and just take care of him and go on his way to what is arguably the worst screen in the first part of the game. But he's going to play it safe and back up to take care of some of these gorilla guys when able. Taking the damage there intentionally to be able to just keep moving. That was actually rather smooth, I would say. And of course, he was delaying the drop on the ladder there to avoid damage from the small bird enemy. Now we got more of these rabbits I was talking about. We're probably going to see him jump over at least this one. There we go.
I might
Possibly
get the health
next
here.
one. It's a little tighter on this one, but it's technically doable. He's opting to mash it. Probably a good idea. He did find a little bit of health. Definitely going to work to his advantage. Now here we got these chickens. These chickens are near invincible on Rock Band 2. I don't think anybody besides me actually even bothers to try to mash those things on difficult. They're insane just coming at you. But you could jump them as you saw, or you could move left and let them jump over you. But now we got the boss fight here with Woodman. He's going to run up and shoot right through his leaf shield, because you can do that. You can just put your buster in through the leaf shield and just get him right through it. He was not ready for this fight.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Give it up to
Yes.
RatSin in the chat. W's all around. Come on. Give it up in the chat. Give it up.
Easy wood fight. Made it look so easy.
Made it
That
look
is actually
easy.
a very scary fight, because if you take any damage from anything besides the falling leaves, which even they do a decent amount of damage, but you take contact damage from him, it's incredible the damage that he deals to you. You 2 hits, you're dead at the health that he came into that fight with. But now we have our third long stage in the first part of the game here, Heat Man stage, which is just crazy amounts of enemies everywhere in the beginning with fairly tight jumps. They're not like unreasonable or anything, but it can be kind of tough to make these jumps and take out these enemies as you go. But RatSin's not even going to worry about some of those tellies. He's just going to go right for it. He does a little hop there to get that spring enemy out of his way, but that one you don't have a choice but to hit. Now we're dropping down. We got a couple of Yokus that we're going to be dealing with here. Pretty easy stuff. Just jump right up and through them. I mean, you know where they're going to spawn. Makes it nice and easy. Now we're going to have some more Yokus. This is one of the most / least fun screens in the entire run. Here we go. Uh-oh. Playing it careful. He's trying to go for an A trigger zip here. There we go. He nails it. Can he nail the second one first try? There we go. Okay, nice. Those little tiny A trigger zips there. You just press A and press left and you zip right through the wall. They save a decent amount of time for what they are. Skipping a whole cycle. Now he's going to zip up on top of this Yoku block with a well-timed jump like that, and it's just nothing but Yokus from here out. Typically, you'd see runners using item 2 in any other category to just clear this whole thing and ignore these Yokus, not even play with them. But RatSin's been doing this a long time. He knows when they appear, where they appear. It's ingrained in his mind. He probably couldn't use item 2 strats if he tried, because he'd forget and just do it this way.
Can I pop in for a quick second?
Absolutely.
We just got a $100 donation.
Whoa, $100 donation. Let's
from
go.
Whitney J saying this donation
Woo,
goes
thank
to
you for the
children
$100.
and
From
in real life
Whitney J.
friend Nick,
Oh
aka
my God!
Life Train
Hey,
Incarnate.
Rose.
Thank you so
Wow.
much for that.
That's awesome.
And it looks like because of that donation, the Mega Man 1 no pause trick on Yellow Devil was met. So that's gonna be fun to see.
One of my best friends in
that's
real life.
fantastic.
Thank you, Nittany, very much.
All right, here we have Heat Man being extinguished. So the basic trick to Heat Man, as you can see, he's just jumping over him as he moves by. The only other real factor for
Oh,
speed
give it up, Shaq. Give it
is-
up. We on this win streak.
is random. It's
on
up to
this
Heat
win
Man.
streak.
He can move every 30, 60, or 90 frames after you shoot him. And as is tradition, he'll usually wait 90 frames because he knows the timer's running. However, we actually saw some decent movement out of him this time. I'm actually a little impressed. Saw a number of 30s there. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was above average for sure.
Yeah. I'm jealous. I don't think I've had him that good in any run ever.
My luck will run out soon enough.
when things are RNG based, they don't work out in my favor. Okay. Now we got item 1. We're not going to be using that yet, but we will be relatively soon. But in the meantime, we got 3 Robot Masters left, and we're going to go into Bubble Man stage. So rip not the frames, but rip the bit rate. This waterfall here is famous for lowering the quality of any stream. It's too much for the encoder to handle typically, so don't worry, don't adjust your set. It will return to normal once we get down these falls and back into the water. Which, speaking of when we get into the water, we have a really fancy thing coming up here. It's gonna look a little strange, but you see him doing some pausing now. So when you pause and unpause, Mega Man's velocity actually resets. So this allows you to fall slower and get farther on this screen. As you can see, he's moving over to the right. This puts him in the wall.
Oh, I missed it.
On the screen transition. Looks like he wasn't quite over in the right spot there, but what would have happened there is he would have zipped right past pretty much all of this, and I'll point out where he would have come out when we get there. But since he didn't get it, he's got to deal with these little Metroid-looking enemies and that big fish back there. It's not that big of a deal, but this zip does save some decent time, as you can see, because we are now where he would come out of that wall if he had zipped through. So, a little bit of a time loss there, but honestly not a big deal. Okay, here we go. Coming up to the end, we got just a couple of froggy boys, and then it's going to be raining robo crabs leading up to our boss chamber. This is relatively easy. You can actually ignore all of these crab enemies except the final one. You just boop that guy right there. You just shoot him down, and everything else just easy to ignore. But now we're back in the water yet again, and coming in to face Bubble Man. You gotta be careful, those spikes up top, they will kill you, and you can reach them. But pretty much Bubble Man's just gonna go up and down, and every time his height matches yours, he's gonna shoot a little bit. But you can stay just under him a little for the most part while he's I want to say airborne, but I guess waterborne would be the more accurate term. I don't know, but as you can see, you're just avoiding the projectiles.
Fantastic keyboard work. Fantastic keyboard work.
I was nothing.
Golf clap. On point.
I'm golf clapping, but I'm on push to talk. You can't hear it. Okay, here we go. Quick Man. This is a fairly fun stage.
The bane of my existence when I was a child. This was my least favorite.
Yeah, those lasers instilled a little bit of PTSD in some of us back in the day. Those of us that were around when this game came out. Very, very jarring noise and just instant death. But the stage is shaped pretty much like a funnel as you're on your way down. So I mean, there's kind of an automated response from the player usually in terms of which direction to start moving in as you're falling. Here we got the lights going on and off and some chain key makers or change key, I don't know, but these guys relatively easy to just buster them down. They got a lot of health and they got some harmful projectiles, but they take so long to use them that they just are almost irrelevant in the entire game. But here we go, the harder section of the lasers. Just going to see him jumping near ledges so that he can maximize his fall velocity. We're going to see him bumping his head wherever he can to instantly maximize his fall velocity, because that's how this game works apparently, is if you bop your head, you're just instantly falling as fast as you can. So naturally we're going to abuse that every chance we get. Now we got two of these Sniper Joe mechs. He's just going to deboost off of that first one and let that second one shoot him so it deals a little bit less damage. And the main reason is that Quick Man's a little unpredictable and a little quick. He lives up to his name for sure. I mean, we generally know about what he's going to do. He's going to jump, he's going to throw boomerangs, but the number of jumps is random, and how far he'll jump isn't always known. So it is possible to predict it, but it's just not always known. So he can be especially aggressive. If you're not careful, he will take you out. And you can see he took quite a bit of damage.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I can just interject for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got another $18 donation from Jatnamas. Apologies if I mispronounced that. Who says, I can't count frames very well, but I thought there were 2 90-frame teleports in that first fight.
Thank you, John Namas. I appreciate it. She was saying that in the past couple streams. I said, I might donate for every time we get a 90-frame teleport, and she's fortunate that the RNG was pretty good. So thank you for your donation. I appreciate it very much.
Okay, now we have our final Robot Master, Flash Man, going through the stage right now. Flashy colors, catchy music, guys shooting pellets everywhere, but honestly, there's not a whole lot of fanciness in this stage. He's going to take some damage here that is near impossible to avoid. He's staying to the left there to avoid getting shot by that shot man on the way down. And other than that, it's just pretty much a straight drop here. We're going to see a tin can guy here.
You're kind of calling them tin cans. I always call them trash cans.
Trash cans? I like that.
I don't like these enemies at all.
They're garbage.
They're garbage, exactly.
Alright, so now he's going to do a well-placed jump there off that very ledge so that he can just fall straight down to the bottom. You want to avoid being in the air. I should have mentioned this earlier, but you want to avoid being in the air as much as possible in this game, because Mega Man actually moves ever so slightly slower while in the air. So there's a lot of that calculated into like when, where, and how long each jump is, pretty much in the entire run. Now we got Flash Man here. Now there is a way to quick kill him. I don't know if we're gonna. It looks like he's going for it. It's definitely not as quick as the normal quick kill, obviously, because he's taking less damage. But it's very dangerous. This is actually a surprisingly dangerous boss for what it is. But
we are cruising right along there. Route 66 style.
Real uncooperative on difficult when it comes to the
all
quick
night
kill.
long. Just cruising.
But
Let's go.
basically, you
Good
shoot
job.
Slash Man, and he'll jump when he gets hit, and you kind of use that to your advantage to slow him down as he crosses the screen, so that you can deal as much damage as humanly possible to him.
Yeah, the energy of the fight changes completely in difficult mode, because you get the first section pretty good. That first little jump section in the beginning is where he would die normally, and the whole climb back up is just instinct and chaos.
Yeah, the best you can do is try to get him to jump over you, which is a real tight window to get under him. You're almost guaranteed to take damage at least once during that fight on difficult. Normal, yeah, like you said, he just nothing. He doesn't even reach you.
Oh man. Sorry to interrupt one more time.
No, go for it.
Got another $100 donation from Anonymous, my favorite person ever. Always love a RatSin stream, and always love giving it to a good cause. Let's go!
Let's go. Me to the moon. Let me play among the
We got
stars.
more of these bird enemies, and RatSin, you saw him turn left for just a second there to get him to spawn on the left side of the screen, which means those little bird enemies are going to move to the right after him. And for as long as those guys are on screen, they're not going to do anything to him. But now we're going to see a little bit of abuse here of the category, because there's no choice. You have to use items in order to proceed in this game, pretty much from this point forward. Not all the time, but pretty much every level you end up doing it. So he's using item 1 to get himself over obstacles, and he's leaving it equipped right now because there's nothing else really to be done. He's not going to use it anywhere he doesn't have to, but he also doesn't have to kill any of these enemies, so it actually saves time to just not menu back to the Buster.
Well, quick interruption, if you don't mind, a little admin stuff. I apologize. I thought I turned off alerts, so my follow sound is a little Frank Sinatra, so I hope everybody enjoyed that a little bit there.
So yeah, that's going to be the end of the item 1 usage there. Use those 3 to cross the across the pit, I don't know, across the thing and get to the ladder. And then he's going to be switching back to the Buster and heading on to face the dragon, everybody's favorite dragon. Normally, I'm used to doing Mega Man 2 randomizer commentaries, and normally this would be where we're guessing the color of the dragon, but I think we all know the color at this point, so we're not going to bother with that. But yeah, it's a bit of an auto-scroller here, just jumping platform to platform. Got to be careful because you move faster than the camera at this point. But once you reach the end, health bar fills, and mash him down. Let's go. Just avoid most of the fireballs, or stand up top for safety like that. And easy peasy dragon.
Big match sequence.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a gold split if I've ever seen one.
You gotta love the couch. It's a much needed thing to have these days, so I'm very privileged to have close friends behind me.
Good job. What?
Okay, here we go into Wily 2. We're going to see some more item usage here. This is another one that, while technically avoidable by taking a series of deboosts and using an E-Tank, that's ridiculous, and you'd probably die trying. So we use item 2, and we cross the spikes here, and go to this second ladder, grab the free tank, swap back to the Buster, and he's just going to drop on down and grab the free extra life here. And we have another drop here where we're literally just going to skip this entire screen. There's nothing to see there. And you notice he held down there. Apparently you could still grab the ladder for a frame on that screen. And that actually enables you to fall straight down into the next hole, because normally you would hit the ledge and lose your downward velocity. But you hold down and it just works. Now we got some item 3 usage going on here to climb up this wall. That's going to be the end of that for right now. He's deboosting off the chains there to try to get himself through those crushers, like mentioned before in Metal Stage. That works here as well. He's in rather low health territory, and wow, that drop between the spike and the platform, that is the suicide drop.
I shouldn't do that, but
no, but you did.
Yeah, but I did.
Here we are.
And here we are.
Let's not lose that momentum. Let's go. So here we have the Pico Pico boss, which is basically a trash compactor, but it comes to robot life and tries to kill you many times. Now, this is difficult, so it takes, I believe, 3 shots per Pico unit to destroy it, as opposed to the regular 2. And when a shot tinks like that, you can be in very dangerous territory very quickly. And each cycle they get a little bit faster, so it's very dangerous boss.
Definitely on that low level, chat. Definitely on that low level. Peep it. People on that health. My boy's doing amazing things.
I accidentally used an E-tank though, so that'll make things really interesting in the next couple stages. So we'll see what we can do.
Oh, did you? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I
no.
silently screamed to myself. Darn it.
So Mega Man 2's got this this issue where even at full health, it will allow you to use an E-tank. Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, it's gonna be boatloads of
menus.
fun for the next few minutes.
Alright, so this stage is Buster only, thankfully. And we saw both gray fish. A lot of times you don't necessarily see them. I think it depends on like where you jump from or something like that. I don't know exactly what determines they're spawning or not, but a lot of times you don't see them. We were blessed to see both of them today. But yeah, we're just wading through Wily's sewage here. It's a wonderful time filled with spikes. I don't know who would put those in the sewage, but yeah, we're here, we're out. Let's go. Just a couple of shot men now, and you can actually dodge their bullets. There's a reliable way to know when they're gonna appear, and then basically when you're standing on the spot that you killed the last one, the next one's gonna appear. So if you jump, then you'll dodge their bullets. All right, here we go with the guts tank. He just shoots bullets, and he occasionally will raise his fist up and shoot mets at him.
Yes.
But
still undefeated in boss
tank was over
battles.
before I could even really talk much about him. He's just that much of a pushover. Wily's obsessed with guts, man. Don't know why. But, does him no favors.
I love my couch. Because I can hear the gears spinning in their heads. Like, what are we gonna do now? They're keeping me in check. They're keeping me focused.
Good. Someone's got to do it. All right, so here we are in Wily 4. This is the level most commonly referred to as Purple Hell, and in a race setting, this is also known as the Decider. Whatever can go wrong, if it's going to go wrong, it will go wrong here. He's got some false floors here that he's avoiding. You would never know if you didn't know the game already, but there are some false floors around here, and yes, you can fall into those spikes if you're not careful. But I mean, it's not randomized or anything. He knows where it is. He knows where to jump. Not an issue. All right, we come up to the top here, and it's a nice calm before the storm, because now we're into the anxiety rooms. He's going to take that D-boost there to just walk across the spikes and save a little bit of time, but that's the only point you really get to do something quite like that here. The rest of the time, we're just going to spend waiting on these platforms here to carry us to victory. We're assuming victory anyway. Once again, anything that can go wrong, it will if it wants to. Here we go, the final anxiety room with the tellies getting ever so slightly closer every second, but yeah, once they're close is actually what you want to drop off the ladder, so no big deal there. Jumps across to the left, takes the D-boost, and jumps right down into the hole. Here we go. We're going to have a pause buffer here just to reach that platform, and easy. First try every time. This level's not that bad. What am I talking about? There's nothing that bad here.
Haven't gone to the boss yet.
Oh, there's a boss!
There's a boss! Imagine that.
Okay, so he's just gonna take those lemons to the face on his way through for the easy low damage D-boost, and now he's gonna switch to the crash bomb because this here boss, the Boo Beam Trap, you have 5 turrets, you have all kinds of walls in the way, and both of those things only react to the crash bomb. So he's going to carefully place that bomb to kill a wall and a turret at the same time, and I believe he's going to go for the double here as well. Yeah, he's going to take out both of these walls in one bomb. Let's see. Oh, he's going for the damage boost.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
That damage transfer is a tough one to explain. Those of you not familiar with Buster Only that are familiar with other categories may be wondering, why did that even work? Why did the crash bomb even do both of those doors? Well, apparently having fired quick boomerang at any point in the run will change how the damage transfer works and how the crash bomb's damage itself works. It's a weird, wonky, hitboxy thing, but it's okay. We're through it. We're on to the refights. Let's go. Flashman first. He's just gonna... Uh-oh. He's already stopping time. So Flashman, he does a little flash, as his name implies, and is everything freezes except for him, but he's still a pushover. Here we have Metal Man again. He's going to be a little bit easier this time. We don't have the conveyor belt to tangle with. It's just dodging these blades and hoping to get shots in. And again, his jump height is random, so every time that RatSin fires, he's just kind of hoping that Metal Man will do the mid-height jump, because you can get 3 shots in per cycle when he does that. And as is tradition, he's not very cooperative. All right, here we have Crash again. This time he's going to jump in almost immediately. I don't know why that is, but in the refight he'll jump almost immediately and fire a Crash Bomb. But after that, it's the same exact thing. Try to get him on his way up, try to get him on his way down. Make sure you're on the opposite side of him and have room to run under him every time he fires a bomb, because that's the only way to dodge him. I do feel that this fight with Crash Man is a little harder than the fight with him in his own stage, but yet again, as we can see, it's still not that big of a deal. It's just a slow fight because it's on difficult. This guy, however, this guy is fun. He doesn't have his rocky terrain from his stage, so he's just on flat ground. Makes it a little bit easier to jump over him when he starts running. The only trick is knowing when he's going to start running. But he'll only jump up to 3 times, so not too bad. Bubble Man, another one that it's like the fight is actually easier this time, because if you want to jump up to the ceiling, go for it. You're not going to get killed by the spikes. They're not there. But it is a rather lather, rinse, repeat fight, where it's just stay close to dodge the bubbles, try to avoid being the same height as him as often as possible, and get right on through. Now here's one that's actually the same. You start in the same spot, you can pull off that first shot through his shield, and it's just the same thing. Just jump the shield when he throws it, which is when that the third leaf reaches the top of the screen. Apparently there's only 3. No, there was 4 that time. Never mind. I can't count. Speedrunners can't count, and I'm no exception to that rule. So here we go. Another one. Airman just gonna shoot his blugels at us and give us the fun patterns, and you can stay to the left like that and just stand behind him and blast him for whatever's left. But here we have Heat Man. We'll see how much of a delay he's going to give us this time. There's a 90 frame delay. That was nice. Ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, so that's the only RNG to this fight again, is the amount of time it takes for him to move after you shoot him. And of course he fires his atomic heat thing when the fight first starts, but pretty easy to just run through and jump over it.
The most beautiful thing. Here we go.
There we go. Okay, all 8 of our robot masters are re-defeated. It's time to face the wily machine, which is also susceptible to the Buster, thankfully. So we're just gonna jump these shots here. They are timed, so you just wait them out so that you don't take too much damage. Because in this phase, the second phase here, you're very likely to take at least a little bit of damage, if not a whole lot of bit of damage. But again, it's the same thing. You're just jumping and shooting. That's pretty much all it is. RatSin's keyboard is absolutely being punished right now.
We're good.
However,
Here we go. Let's get it.
here we go to the final stage of the run. RatSin's going to immediately swap to the bubble, because there's not going to be any Buster usage on this stage. He's just going to immediately swap to the bubble and drop. And he's dropping to the right. This means that he's on the right side of the screen down here at the bottom, which allows him to go just unstoppable, unscathed, right through Victory Road here to the finale. This is the best soundtrack in the game, by the way. Fight me.
Timer ends on the last hit, by the way.
Yes. This is going to be a quick one. Be ready. Oh no! Wily was the alien from Suburban Commando all along! Who knew? Alright, so Wily's just going to move around in diagonal patterns, shooting lemons occasionally, and we're going to take that lemon to the face intentionally to get an opportunity to dish a lot of damage out. But you got to be very careful not to touch him. That's time. There we go. Excellent run. GG.
That is only 5 seconds off my PB.
Wow.
From
Incredible.
my timer, I should say. From the stream timer, it's oh god, math. 8 seconds. If I would have gotten a zip in Bubble Man, we would have PB'd.
Oh no.
Oh man, that was an awesome run. I feel really, really good about that. My hands are shaking.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Oh,
I just want to point out that if RatSin had touched the alien and taken contact damage, he would have died.
yeah, they say don't kiss the dragon and don't hug the alien.
Yeah, those are very important rules in this game. Both of those things deal insane damage, and I think you can only take 2 contact hits at max health from either of them.
All right. Well, I know we ended a little bit early, so I don't know if we have time to do a little zip exhibitions, little here's and there's, or should we jump to thank yous and transition?
Well, first, I want to say one thing real quick.
Absolutely.
And that is that we just got a $36 donation from Jatnamas again, saying, wait, was that 4 or 5?
Oh, I don't even know. Thank you, John Amos. Go ahead.
That was an excellent run. I was definitely very impressed.
Thank you. I want to thank the staff here at magFAST. This is my first marathon run. I've wanted to run this for a few years and would have hoped it would have been live at magFest in down in Maryland there, but of course, the world being as it is, we'll take this. I want to thank Kammesennin for commentating. He did a wonderful job, and it's really soothing to hear his voice in the background as I play, so I think that helped out a lot.
It's my pleasure, man. I appreciate you picking me.
I want to thank my friends right behind me, and of course at home, who are not in the same room as me, for all your support and love. The Clouder community, there are way too many of you to name. There are a few of you in chat, as I see. Stalwart Turtle, I see you. John Namas, I see you. Nitney, what's going on? So I want to thank you all for your constant support, and of course the Mega Man speedrunning community. If you are interested in this game, in other games, you can look up speedrun rules and Discord info at megamanleaderboards.net. Again, unless we're doing any sort of zip exhibition, the next run will be Mega Man 1 80% by Michelle, so please stay tuned.
All right, thank you very much. It looks like Mega Man 1 is up in about 4 minutes, so I don't think we have time.
All good,
For that,
all good.
Unfortunately. But thank you very much for your run. It was excellent. And one last thing I want to say before we go to transition is that we have met the Mega Man Battle Network 6 base run.
Yo, nice.
So anyone who likes Battle Network, like me, is going to be in for a treat. I love that fight.